Alright, so we're checking out the new Ranger series of expressLRS transmitter modules from Radiomaster. So this is the full-size module here. I have the micro and the nano as well, and we'll go over all of those here momentarily. They did send me some receivers. I want to cover those first. I've had these for a while. I think other people have made videos on these already. So there's the ER5A, and there's the ER5C, which is this one here. You can see the sticker there, and then this one is the ER5C. And I've been told that they're basically the same receiver. They just changed the way the pins come out of, or the way the pins are mounted to the receiver board. So the C version is for like cars. That's what the C is for, and then A is for like airplanes. And I think because a lot of RC car receivers have the pins in the vertical direction like this. This is why they have gone this route here. And they have the same pinouts here on the C version. And I guess on airplanes, I guess most people like the pins to go horizontally compared to the direction of the board. And you can see you have a couple of different antennas here. I believe these are replaceable, so they do include a longer version that has a micro FL connector. So if you want to swap those out, you can. And this one here has that as well. Also, they include your typical documentation and instructions. They both come with expressLRS version 2 pre-installed on here. Of course, you can upgrade these to version 3 if you want. Anyway, these are their PWM receivers, so obviously for servos and on airplanes, and also controlling servos on your RC cars. I will probably be testing these on some sort of an RC model like a car, truck, or airplane in the future, so stay tuned for that video. Alright, so this is their RP3 receiver, which is basically this is antenna diversity, so you have basically 2 antennas and only one set of RF like chips on here. So there's another company, Beta FPV, that makes a true diversity receiver with 2 antennas and 2 sets of RF chips. But this one only has 1 set of RF chips with 2 sets of antennas. I am told that they are going to make another updated version with true diversity with 2 sets of RF chips. So this is a bit outdated, I think. It does have the higher 250 milliwatts for telemetry. And I believe this one also comes with version 2.0. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It comes with expressLRS version 3 pre-installed on this one. Alright, so let's go and talk about these modules here. So there's 3 different sizes. There's the nano here on the left. You got your standard JR size module here, or they call it the micro, in the middle. And then you have this full-size module here. And it's fairly large and hefty. A lot of big heatsink here, big fan. They all do 1 watt. They all have Wi-Fi support and Bluetooth support. They just have some slightly different features. Obviously, I think this one's the most expensive here. I think it's around $100, and then the micro and nano are around $40. But again, check the links in the description. Prices change all the time, so if you're watching this in the future, the price might be different. So this full-size module here really gives me a lot of vibes on the full-size Crossfire module, and as you can see here, you can put these attachments on the back to attach it to different types of radios. So it comes with a JR module adapter and uses these pins here, and so you would attach it like so. There's these little things that stick out of the plastic here that go into the metal to hold it in place, and then there's 3 screw holes here for these 3 right here. And they do include the screws for that, so if you want to use this on a TX16S or TX12, you can attach this module adapter and then attach this to the back of your radio. If you want to use the nano adapter, they have the nano adapter as well. So for the Zorro, for example, you can put this on here and then screw it down, and then you can attach this to your Zorro. Now they do have this. They'll call it a Crossfire to Futaba adapter. Basically, it's a 2-pin adapter. You got the signal and ground, and then you have a standard servo connector here. Looks like this. so you can connect it to other types of radios like Futaba as the example they give. I know that some of you with Spectrum radios are going to ask if this will work with your radios. I haven't tested any Spectrum radios. I don't own any, so if you have questions about that, I would recommend contacting Radiomaster directly regarding Spectrum radio compatibility. I suppose I have a feeling that it probably will work because I believe that Spectrum radios use Futaba protocols. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not too knowledgeable about how that whole ecosystem works. So yeah, again, contact Radiomaster if you want to know exactly if this will work for your Spectrum radio or not. So the full-size module does come with the standard antenna, this T antenna, and also comes with the new Moxon antenna. These are RPSMA antennas. They do have a little bit of flexibility here in this part of the stem. So it's not a lot of flexibility. It'll give. So if you hit it really hard, it's not going to snap off. And even when you lock down the antenna here, it will still allow you to rotate the antenna. So you can change your orientation based on what's on your craft as such. So it's pretty nice. You got this really big CNC aluminum metal heatsink. You got a big fan here for heat dissipation. You have a 5-way jog dial and button. And then you have these 2 custom buttons you can assign for whatever function you want. On the bottom here, you've got your USB-C. You got this connector here for your Futaba adapter. This obviously can be removed. So it's a plug. And then you have your XD30 connector on here. The voltage range is, I believe, 6 to 16 volts on this one. I'm not sure what the voltage range is on this one. I'm assuming it's 5 volts only, and you're probably going to be using this for firmware updates. Not sure if this will actually power the module. So the full-size module does have a 3-way axis accelerometer built in, and that's to support, I'm pretty sure that's to support the screen to tell if it's moving around, and it'll turn the screen off to save power. And it's an OLED screen, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like now. I'm just powering this up via USB-C. Got these nice RGB lights. Long press the button there to get into the menu, and you can change your transmitter power, telemetry ratio. There's the motion detection, Bluetooth gamepad, bind mode, Wi-Fi admin, VTX admin, and back to packet rates. So you can click on that, and then you can change all your different packet rates. So this, of course, supports all of the new packet rates that are included in expressLRS version 3, including the 2 500, F500, and F1000 for super low latency for your racers. And of course, those when you use those modes, you do get a less range, of course, for lower latency. You get the 2D modes, and you got the new full resolution modes for those guys that want to use servos on everything. So you have, I think, 333 and 100. I'm not sure if you can hear the fan or not. It's not super loud, but yeah, it's audible. If you're wondering if it's silent or not, it's not silent, but it's not loud. All right, so here's the nano module and the micro module. So the micro is for your standard JR module bays, like the TX12 and TX16S. And the nano is for your Zorro and other type of radios with the nano module bay. These only came with a standard T antenna. Now on the product page, it does seem to indicate that it might come with a Moxon antenna, but mine did not. I'm pretty sure it only comes with the standard T antenna. You have to buy the Moxon antenna as a separate accessory. So these do 1 watt as well, just like the full-size module. They do have heat sinks inside and also fans. And you have a USB-C and your XD30 here, the same voltage range, 6 to 16 volts on the XD30. And you're going to probably want to use external power if you're using 1 watt. I'll show you that here in the Zorro. It does sag the battery quite a lot. And again, the antennas are RPSMA. No LCD screens on here, and no lights that I could tell. So it's not as fancy, of course. Of course, it costs quite a bit less as well. Okay, so I got a nearly fully charged battery here on my Zorro, about 8.3 volts. I think this is the 4-in-1 version of the Zorro. No module on the back. And we'll go ahead and attach the nano module. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a voltage drop there just by putting it on. Let's go ahead and go into the expressLRS Lewis script. So you have to get the version 3 Lewis script. And of course you can go in here and change your packet rates. So it's got the full complement from version 3 to choose from, including F1000. So I'm just going to go back down to my, what I normally use is 250 Hertz. Telemetry ratio, standard options here. And we're at 25 milliwatts transmitter power. So let's see what the battery voltage is. Now we're down to about 8 volts on 25 milliwatts. So let's go ahead and bump this all the way up to 1 watt. The fan should kick in there. The fan threshold is at 250 milliwatts. And the fan turned on. Not sure if you can hear that. And you can see here the voltage is dropping very fast, 7.7 volts. And I do have the standard Radiomaster lithium-ion batteries in here. So at 1 watt, you're going to get a lot of battery sag, which is why I recommend you use the XT30 if you're going to be using this on 1 watt. And let me turn the microphone. Let me turn the microphone around here so you can hear the fan noise. So that's what it sounds like. This fan's definitely louder than the fan that's on the full-size module, but I didn't have that powered up to 1 watt, so it probably gets not as loud when it's on lower power. I mean, the noise isn't terrible. It's not super annoying, but yeah, if you're going to be flying 1 watt, you're going to want to have adequate cooling. So I think the fan noise is acceptable for the power usage. So just a one final note here on all the modules. They do support, of course, Bluetooth joystick, and they have also have the backpack functions. So basically all of them have the full set of features for expressLRS 3.0 if you're concerned if anything's been taken out. In terms of cost cutting, I don't think so. But yeah, in terms of performance, I haven't gone to expressLRS 3.0 yet, so I will be testing this in the near future in terms of like how it compares to version 2. I expect it's actually going to be better from the things I've been hearing about expressLRS 3.0 in terms of performance. There's more options available to, of course, in terms of the packet rates, so there's more versatility, and all of the parts are getting better as time goes on, so I don't expect any major issues with these, but if I do, I will be sure to let you know in the community section of my channel. So if you're unaware of that, I do post things like PSAs and other important notes on there that aren't going to be in videos, so check there if you're interested in seeing any updates. That's going to do it for this video. Links to everything down in the video description. Talk to you guys in the next one.